Dan, that was very humorous. You make funny jokes when you talk, and I think I was just talking. I didn't mean for it to be funny necessarily, but why do I find things so funny when I talk and communicate? Sometimes I might laugh for seemingly no reason. Why do I do that? Basically because nothing really makes sense in the universe. Concepts are kind of like a prison. And if you're down with the Zen and the Buddhism, like someone like Sarah, you get it. There's an idea in linguistic studies that I really like to think about, and it's called the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis. And if you've never heard of it, maybe on Jeopardy one random night between 7 and 7:30, it's the idea that your language that you speak is actually putting you into a mindset where you have concepts you think of in a certain way, and thus you perceive reality in a way that the concept of your language that you speak and whatever society you're in force you into. So one of the best examples I give of this is I've always heard that I think the indigenous peoples of northern Canada have so many different words for snow, and maybe you've heard of that. So essentially, when they see different types of snow coming down and they're using these words, they're actually seeing reality in a different way than we are. That's kind of a superficial example. But let's go even further than that and think of something that you have a different perspective on from another person. Now we have every individual being trapped in a world of concepts that are of your own making. So what's on the other side of all these mental prison bars that we've made for ourselves and now collectively as a society and in some cases a global system? I don't know, but I think that we can find ways to experience it, and what I do know is it makes a lot of things more hilarious, because if it weren't for us making up all these systems of language and ways to understand things, there wouldn't be all these made up rules for us to break and then laugh about or get scared of. But it's not harmful, it's funny. So I don't tend to worry about things a lot, and one of the things I do when I communicate is I don't tend to communicate urgency certain times. It drives my fiance crazy because she says, "You don't seem like you care about this." Well, no, I'm just not worried about it because I know that things are in motion all over the world. The things I do and the ways I go about trying to make certain things happen, I play a very small part if you think about the grand scheme of things. You never know what's going to happen. Things will work out. So one of the things I had to do for this speech is take an evaluation on my communication style. And there's 4 main types of communication style. There's supportive, initiating, direct, and analytical. When I got done with the quiz, I was almost all in supportive. So my communication style is supportive. And if you know me, you'll know that's wrong, and I'm a real jerk, and I tear you down whenever I talk to you about anything. This style is calm, steady, approachable, sincere, gentle, because the person with a supportive communication style dislikes change. She may appear indecisive. More often, she is perceived as careful, patient, and amiable. I think there's a lot going on there. I don't mind that it's calling me a she, but I think that I do try to present myself as kind and warm and welcoming. So the second place communication style that I got was initiating. This style is sociable, enthusiastic, energetic, spontaneous, fun-loving. Due to the gregarious nature of the person with an initiating communication style, he is often perceived as someone who talks more than listens. He is often perceived as self-assured, innovative, and persuasive. I do know about myself that I like to be kind. And part of it is just because it's so much nicer when things are calm and you're kind to someone. There's so many times throughout my day where I'll talk to someone and you can kind of tell they're having a bad day. So you talk to them for a little while and you ask them about themselves, and next thing you know, they're kind of calmed down and everybody's just happier. If we could all be a little more kind, the world would probably be a lot better, but it's so hard because everybody gets aggravated and then they think everyone else is a jerk, and the cycle just continues, right? And then nobody wants to be nice. So I think that being a supportive communicator is effective because it kind of melts the ice. And the other thing that I think about, and this is the philosopher side of me coming out, is maybe I just do it so I won't get attacked or killed. So I think about this sometimes, mostly when I'm driving is when I do my best thinking, but I think that I'm a supportive communicator first because I like to be kind and I like people to be happy, but think about it. That's like a survival mechanism, right? I'm 5'8". I'm not even 6 foot tall. If we were out in nature somewhere, I don't know. So I make a lot of friends and I'm very nice. So those are two of the reasons I think that I'm kind of naturally gravitated towards being a supportive communicator. So when you talk to me, or when I'm talking to you as a whether the treasurer here or at work in the workplace, you might pick up on that style, and you can now think, is he doing it because he's nice or he doesn't want me to kill him? Thank you, Toastmaster.